Today we are back with some more Minecraft Prison here on Akuma MC. So I'm gonna get straight to the point. Today we're gonna be going over this NPC over here, known as the AFK Miner. I've personally not explored into this, and I want to figure out how this works. And apparently you can purchase fuel and deposit it into this inventory here that essentially power its pickaxe, and you have to be in the region of the area, so this red region, because it says now that I'm not in the AFK region. And there's a ton of upgrades you can get as well that we're gonna go over here in a moment. I do want to preference, I forgot about something last video, that if you do /kits, you can actually get your once kits, even though they're not technically once, and keys kits. I completely forgot to claim those last video, so I decided to claim them off camera just so the cooldowns started going down. So we got everything that we need to open. We got a V-kit crate we'll open up, see if we get anything useful. Robot generators, I'll take it. And we got a booster voucher, we'll get that going, which is about 1.7 times booster. It's actually not bad. These boosters are pretty good. So we got robot generators we're gonna go ahead and claim, just go through all of them. Any legendaries at all? No legendaries, unfortunate, but we still get a ton of robots. And I also forgot to mention about robots. If you're offline, they have a specific amount of time they'll generate loot for you. And the thing is, with your rank, that will change over time and be longer. So I have about 12 hours as eternal rank or partner, which is technically eternal. So every 12 hours I log on just to claim all the loot and let it start mining again. So if we take a look here, we have 5.56 million gems, which gets us to around 6 million. And then tokens wise, we only have 30 trillion, which is not a lot. But we can upgrade these to make them better though, depending on how many we have here, of which one is probably our best option to go for to upgrade. I'd say upgrading legendary and epic are probably my best bet. There's no max levels, but it does say max levels, like how much your balance can afford. I am gonna go into epic and legendary one time each, just so we can get the multipliers up on these. I'm actually gonna do it for every single one of these, just get them all up, so then they actually get some more production going. So in 12 hours offline, I'll make around 5 million gems now, which is good. So half of the amount I'd make in a day, and we'll make around like 35 trillion along the lines. But we have a lot of loot we need to open, get some loot going here, see if we get anything good, which we did not, which I do need to set up my salvage all settings, which I completely forgot to mention. If you do salvage all and then type settings after it with a space in between, you can choose which items you want to have in the salvage all filter. By default, I think they're all disabled. So I'm gonna start enabling everything that I want to get rid of. Usually these things here are kind of a go-to enable. And then usually pets up to legendary, I prefer to salvage. If I get mythical or masterful, I tend to keep them. And then all the fragments you keep disabled. Same with the boxes of skins. Same with the drills and the airstrikes. The plasma torches we're gonna start getting rid of. Or actually we'll get rid of plasma torches in a bit because I'm only rank 100, so these will still be technically useful. And then the chat color bundles, like the last thing you get rid of. Those are usually the things you want to get rid of. I do want a preference on this account. I'm not really going to be progressing unless it's like AFK based. So that's why I want to get the AFK miner going, because when I record, I'll be doing most of my progression. So the AFK miner, when I'm just sitting here, I can make some money or whatever. So we're going to look into this guy and see what we can upgrade. So for upgrades, we could get a ton of different things here, and apparently you have to unlock pickaxe levels to get certain enchants on this thing or upgrades. So the first two we only have are efficiency and wealth, and I'm gonna be honest, they're not upgraded even once and they cost quite a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and get level 1 into both of these, which was about 300 trillion at least, and then we can purchase fuel, and then you deposit it into here. So if I want to purchase this, it should have purchased it, and now it should AFK mine for 10 minutes, and it tells you how many blocks are broken. So you only want to purchase it whenever you are actually gonna AFK here. So what if I step out of it? Does the time keep going down? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so it stops. Never mind. So you can purchase as much fuel as you want. That's something I didn't think would work, but apparently it does. So now we know I have 10 minutes when I want to go AFK over there to make some tokens or whatever. We have a lot of silver vaults we're gonna go ahead and open, get some of those tokens back and other loot. We'll open this booster and just get whatever we get. Not a great booster, unfortunate. We're also gonna have to start using airstrikes, so we're gonna use them in today's video for sure. Gold vaults give us tokens. Perfect. Legendary skin boxes, get some more skin fragments, and we got our first skin, the Mine Splitter. So if we go into skins, you can see that there are a ton of different perks you get on these, and they get better depending on the level of your skin. So Mine Splitter is level 1, and you need 20 to start out to even get a skin. So this will give me gems, even though I don't really want gems. It's the only skin I have currently, so we're gonna use it for the time being. So now we have an iron pick, but it's not really gonna affect our mining besides the gems that it potentially gives. Either way, I'm satisfied with that, so let's keep moving forward, opening some loot. We have a ton of relics that we need to open, and I would like to pull a better attachment, because if we look in attachments, I have a gem boost or a gem finder attachment boost, which just makes us more gems, but realistically, I'd like it over at least 5%, and it's like 4%, a little under 5%. Okay, so we got a lot of plasma torches we're gonna use to rank up as well, so that's good. I think we'll put those in PV4 for the time being because our inventory is just rammed with loot. And then if we want to salvage anything that's in our inventory, salvage all, get rid of that, and we'll put our drills away, which I don't really know what drills do exactly. I think it's pickaxe XP, I may be wrong, but I'm not sure. We'll have to test that out. What about the attachments? Come on, give us something good. Anything early game? Nothing early game, unfortunate. So our gem finder boost is still the best option. Skin boxes, we'll get those out of the way, and that got us lumberjack. Okay, so we're gonna switch over, and the reason is because lumberjack gives tokens. I'd prefer that over gems right now. We kind of need those. Anyways, we need to spend our tokens on upgrading our pickaxe again. We're gonna get treasure finder up for 31 trillion to max it, and then we're gonna upgrade XP finder once we get to 25, so we're gonna save our tokens. So let's get to mining and using airstrikes. The thing with airstrikes is you don't want to use the higher tiers like normal and large if your mine is too small, so we're gonna wait on that until we actually have a bigger mine, because every 20, I believe, ranks, you get a mine expansion. As you can see in chat, from 112 we get up by 8 more, we'll get to another expansion of a block in each direction, so it's very useful that we go ahead and use them wisely. It's just the best option possible. And there we go, we already got up to 120 because of the airstrikes, which is lovely. So I opened a pouch and we got 400,000 gems and 16 trillion tokens, which is nice, and we got pickaxe level 20, which we need to do our challenges and milestones. We need to claim everything in here. Might as well, because there's a decent bit of loot that will actually be good, especially these pet traits. They're gonna be super helpful. We got a bubblegum ticket, which I guess I could show off in a bit here. So we did challenges yesterday, and and we completed the tier 3 challenge. We get a pet trait. Perfect. I didn't even know we completed that whole thing. I guess we just did it without knowing. What's our next one that we have to do? So we have to do all these tasks, which seem possible. 3 of them, because we already have treasure finder maxed out. So we just need to max out XP finder. And what else do we need? So we need to get a skin box. Where can we get that? Can we get it from bronze vaults at all? I'd hope we could. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Apply one of these, and there we go. We got that one done. XP finder and pickaxe level 30. So we'll keep working towards that, of course. That is the plan. And we need 25 anyways for the XP finder, so it's gonna take a bit. We got more skin boxes. We need to apply these fragments, and then we'll go ahead, open up that bubblegum ticket here in a moment, because there is a warp for that, and we got a better attachment. Oh my gosh, this is way better than gem finder. Vein miner is really good, and we'll go over that once we get vein miner though. But we're gonna go to warp bubblegum. Basically, it's like a machine that gives you random perks. Basically, you redeem the ticket and you roll for something good or bad, and I think turbo boost is like what we want ideally, which we did get, which is good for our pet. Basically, if you don't have a masterful pet for 2 minutes, it'll act as masterful depending on what your pet is. So it's really good that we get that going. And I just realized with the pet that we had previously, I set up my salvage settings and we salvaged our pet. That is not good, which I mean is not the end of the world. It wasn't a great pet, but it definitely was not the best thing I could have done. I'm honestly not too upset about that, but we are gonna turn off the legendary ones in case we get a legendary. I guess that's probably a wise idea, but we'll hold on to turbo and I think PV1 for the time being. There are some pet eggs for 200 trillion. We could actually buy these. We're gonna do that. So 200 trillion for 4 pet eggs. We'll do that. That's a good idea. And we'll try and get something good again, or just a pet to use, like massive mead is all right. Yeah, I guess we're gonna use the massive mead. And I think since it's only rare, we're gonna turn off our salvage all settings for all our pets. I think that's just a wiser choice until we get like a high tier. Massive mead is actually really good though, because of the rank XP and the orb gain, which is for making custom armor. So it's actually not bad that we got that. But I am gonna start salvaging pets manually instead of putting them into salvage all, because that's just silly. So we're gonna go ahead, salvage those, and now we have a massive mead pet, which is actually quite better. I am actually kind of happy that we are using this one instead. Okay, I applied some more skin fragments. We still haven't gotten a different skin. We literally got even more airstrikes, which is absolutely disgusting. interesting for our mine ranking, so I can't really complain about that. There we go, we got a new block type and a mine expansion, which is nice. We're definitely gonna hit rank 200 today, which is gonna be nice, so we can get another rank boost ornament, another new block type and expansion. Our mine's getting pretty big now, which is good. We need to get more pickaxe levels. We're still not even close to 30. Pickaxe level 23, we're 2 away from XP Finder, I think it is. So we're getting there. We're getting pretty close. And the one thing I do want to say with gems, I heard there was a tactic where people just go ahead and only buy lottery, and then they move forward all the way up to Frozen Gorge, because apparently it makes a ton of gems to where you should just save all your gems until Frozen Gorge after you get 1 level of lottery. It's pretty much a good way to make a ton of gems. So I'm gonna start using that tactic because I think that's how people go about it. Okay, so we can get XP Finder now. We can get 5,000 levels, which maxes it, even though we need 2,500. It's better we max it out because it'll get us more pickaxe levels, which is probably a wise idea. So if you look at challenges now, it should pretty much update here in a moment. Yep, there we go. So now we need 5 more levels and then we get a challenge completed again, which is really good. 20 ranks away from 200. We're getting there. These airstrikes are just so good. Opened another pouch, got some more gems. Perfect. Oh, and we can get lottery now. So it's 1.5 million and you only need 1 level. So it's pretty good to get that because it gives you free pickaxe levels and tokens potentially when it procs. So it's kind of good to get that. It's just kind of like a you might as well thing. Let's see if there's anything else we can purchase. At 30, we can get to Meteor Shower, which we'll start purchasing into that with tokens. I wouldn't mind that at all. We're so close to 200 and we completed the challenge. So what do we get here? Relics and some vaults. That's not too bad. I'll take it. We'll open up the vaults, just get those out of the way. And we got a crystal box. We'll open that as well. And then we'll start going into Meteor Shower. We'll get about 50 levels, I think, is what we'll do. Because you get 100 in total to max it. So we'll get half of it for the time being. We need pickaxe level 50, lucky 25. We already got XP Finder max. And we need to mine 2,500 blocks, which shouldn't take too long. And I opened 2 pouches there, so we got a ton of gems as well again. The amount of gems you get from pouches is just so good. Either way, we're almost done with these small airstrikes, and then we'll do the normal ones, I think is the idea I'm gonna work with here. Also, we're about to hit rank 200. We're 1 rank away, so I'm gonna mine this one out instead of using airstrikes. Just get Jackhammer to proc a ton. Here we go. Perfect. We'll get a rank boost with our point. So now we have 6% extra boost over top of our 100% boost, which is like the default amount. So we have 106, which is really good. We got a pickaxe level just from lottery. As I mentioned earlier, you can get those. So that just bypasses a ton of progress. That could take longer. So in the future, it's going to be way better. Definitely. Also, our player miner is ready to be used. I completely forgot about this. We should start upgrading this to max, which we can get scavenger up, which I believe needs 10 levels in total. So we'll get scavenger going. And what else can we get? We can't really get anything else. We'll max out scavenger and then we'll work on jackhammer because I think we need rank 500 for the last enchant known as What Hit Me. It recharges the miner when it mines potentially, so it lasts longer. So we can't really get that right now, which is unfortunate. We completed our 2,500 blocks challenge. Perfect. We just need to get lucky and pickaxe level 50, which I don't know if we'll hit that in today's video. We'll see. I definitely need to go into my milestones because there's a ton of loot in there already again. Also, I'm at the point where we're just going to get rid of all these plasma torches, and the reason for that is we don't really need them if we're using airstrikes, and plasma torches take more time to use and so much inventory space. It's just not worth it. So we'll put those into the salvage all settings. So we'll add every single one of them into there, and then we can do salvage all, get about 300, almost 400 points. Wow. So we're using normal airstrikes now, and the reason for that is pretty simple. We need to get rid of them, and our mine is significantly bigger, so we need to make sure we're using them. I'm gonna start using the miner now. I completely forgot to turn it on, but now we should be getting jackhammer procs and the scavenger loot potentially, which is nice. You love to see it. Also, I completely forgot I was toggling all the messages for each enchant. We're gonna make sure all these are turned off, just so then it's not displaying them and spamming my chat with unnecessary messages. Let's get 25 levels into Meteor Shower, so we need another 25 more, which shouldn't take too long, I think, to max that out. At least I'd hope. We got a diamond mine now. This actually looks pretty nice. A little bit too bright, though. All right, milestones. Let's get everything out of here. There should be a decent bit of tokens, so I kind of want to claim those as soon as I can. Can we max out Meteor Shower yet? No, we're pretty close. close though. We need 7 more levels. We're slowly getting there, and eventually we'll have enough tokens for that. I want to get that before we finish off the video. We're also going to get pickaxe level 50, which shouldn't take too long, because we'll get the challenge right when we're starting next video to see what we get from it. All right, pickaxe level 50, and then we just need a little bit more tokens from what I recall. And then in our miner, we can go ahead and upgrade it, get a level on to scavenger, because we need to max that out completely. Okay, so we need one more level, which is about 10 trillion. Shouldn't take too long. If I just use a large airstrike, that should help. Should generate us a bit of tokens. Let's go ahead, max it. Perfect. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do to end off the video is go from where we started. We're gonna go to Warp AFK, and that's how you get to the AFK miner, and we'll stand in the region and let it do its thing. That being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I appreciate all the support recently, and I will see you all in the next one.